So I wanted to have a look at another deck going completely away from necessarily the meta, but most definitely into a very good just ability deck. Now we are looking at the Coughing and, well, I suppose Weezing and Arbok mixed with a little bit of Wigglytuff EX as well. Now this deck is going to comprise of pretty much having the ability of Weezing, which is basically poison. We then also have Arbok, who has the ability to make sure their active Pokemon can't retreat. And then also, if we do want to throw in there, we do have Wigglytuff EX that can put Pokemon to a sleep as well, also having a massive 80 damage on top. We then have the standard trainers. We have got a Potion, X Speed, we've got 2 Pokeballs, 2 Professor Researches, 2 Sabrinas, and 2 Kogas. Now obviously with this, Koga can be utilized very well to put Muck or Weezing it from your active spot into your hand. So we're going to go straight into this. We'll have a look and see live how this deck truly works. Now if we go into the event matches, the main thing that you are looking for here is to get Weezing in as quick as possible, have the Arbok set up at the back, or potentially the Wigglytuff set up at the back, and then having a Koga sitting in reserve. Also with Koga as well, putting it back into your hand does reset the HP as well, so you can utilize that twice if you do get Koga there before we actually kind of get things going. So as you can see here, we've actually got 2 Ekans, which is not going to be ideal, but we can make it work. That's still making workability. So we're going to go and we'll drop 2 Ekans just in case, and let's start the battle. I didn't see who I was actually first or second there. We're first, okay. So obviously to start with, we've obviously got the Professor's Research. That's going to give us 2 more cards. We're going to get Weezing, and then we're going to get a lovely basic. Now this is hopefully going to be Coughing. Fantastic. So that's going to be a great start. We're obviously going to put him in there, and we've also got a Koga at the back, as you can see, as well as then a Sabrina. So if we do find that Dratini's getting a bit too Larry, then we can swap that out. Obviously he's going for the Dragonite deck that we will have a look at as well in the near future. So when it comes to this position now, so we've got another Coughing in there. So we're not going to go with a Coughing just yet. We're going to throw in the Weezing just at random here, and then what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we're going to retreat Ekans into here, and then what we're going to do is put the poison on straight away, because the quicker you can get it on, the absolute better. So obviously this doesn't matter necessarily that we've not got any attack on it. It's going to start doing damage straight away, which puts him under pressure to make sure that he's going as quick as possible. And as you can see with the Dragonite deck, the problem you've got is potentially in that top left where you've got the energies. He's got double lightning, so that's going to be great for the Dragonite eventually, but it's not going to be great for the Dratini right now. If that was water straight away, we could have seen a potential big hit of a 40 back instantly. So now we've gone into the Dragonair. We've already got, well, in fact, we don't even have the poison because they've evolved it. Meaning Weezing's going to go ahead again and do it. So we have got to watch, because we have got that 80 Lumen, but this is where the magic can happen. So obviously what we'll do from here, we'll throw Arbok on there. We'll then throw a, what should we do? Because we're going to come back onto, because if he goes onto Dragonite straight away, what you've got to think is we could go for the attack, but we are going to have to retreat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice 1 hit from Weezing. We'll then go with the Gas Leak again. We'll then be able to retreat with Koga next turn. We're going to end it there. So then basically he's going to hit an 80. We're going to bring Weezing back into the deck, swap it for Arbok. We're going to put then Coughing back into the hand, and then set up another Weezing ready to go straight after that. I probably could have put a Weezing back on there, knowing that that's what we're going to do next. He's gone for a sleep from the bench. Okay, that's another interesting tactic from there. Didn't pay off, which is nice. So we do need to be very wary of that Hypno. So obviously there we've got the Weezing hit. We then will get another draw 2 cards, but we're going to have to go for Koga first. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and swap him in now, because then he'll come back to the deck. We're going to put Arbok in. We're then going to add the extra on top of here. We'll throw Coughing back down on there, and then we'll keep the Coughing like that. We'll then go for the corner. Obviously, they can't retreat, but the poison's going to kill it on the next turn regardless. So we've kind of done really well with getting rid of that Dragonair straight away. Having to get rid of them free energies is going to be a massive setback, and then obviously having Hypno in the start is not quite where he wanted to go, to be honest. Now, obviously, is the weakness. Psychic is obviously the weakness to Dark, which is perfect, but he does have the ability to potentially put people asleep. But as we've kind of knocked their confidence off with that Dragonite, he is going to concede. Now, that's kind of how it works. It's not always going to be that straightforward. That was just a very well played start, especially like we said, getting that Ekans straight away, the Coffin straight away, mixing it in with being able to get Weezing Arbok instantly is going to be a big factor. It's why potentially you see some of the decks without Wigglytuff, and it is just Ekans and also Arbok and Weezing, because then there's more chance of you getting them rather than necessarily not, if you get my drift. So we'll see how the second game goes, because it's most definitely always an interesting one to see where we can actually go with it. So we've got Coughing straight away, which is fantastic. We have got Ekans in here as well. We're going to start off there. We also then have a basic ability to bring in another one, which he's going for. He's going for the Zapdos Pikachu, maybe? Or Zebra Striker, so we're going to watch that one because he can go from the bench, which is always interesting. Perfect that we set up the Weezing instantly, which is fantastic. What we're going to do here, it's only one to get rid. What I'm suggesting is what we do is we go and change Sabrina straight away. Might not be the great move, but we're gonna change it straight away. We have got a second Arbok on the bench if we really wanted to. We're going to go ahead and do that as well. We are then going to end the turn, and then we can obviously start our onslaught. So what I would do here is obviously go straight for the Weezing, get the ability down, and then potentially what I'd do with that is go straight away with the extra 1, because it gives us the tackle, meaning it's going to take 40 damage off Blitzel, meaning he needs to bring that back out, and then obviously we can start potentially on the Zapdos if he's not necessarily got an X speed to bring him back straight away. So it's all about knowing the moves. We know that he's going to go for the Zapdos as quick as possible, but if we can get one out straight away and then potentially corner that Zapdos into not retreating, that's going to be fantastic. So we're going to set it up here like we said. We're going to go with the Weezing. We're then going to go with the Arbok here. We're then going to throw one on here. We'll then go with the ability, and then we'll go with the attack. So we're going to get 30 damage straight away. Now everything's going to go into Arbok. He more than likely will probably try and change him out straight away, because he'll know he'll get one down, meaning that Zapdos is left fully open to be able to be attacked if he gets rid of this Blitzel straight away. So he's going to look to possibly do that even better. That's fair enough. So he's got potentially one attack straight away, but he is going to bring Zapdos in here. Don't think he can potentially get 2 energies on Zapdos, so we should be okay for another turn right now. So what we're going to try and do is potentially we'll take one. Oh yeah, he's got the Thunder in, of course. It's going to be 4 coins. So basically we can only get 2 heads in this. He's going to go with a peck. We kind of hope that we get a potion next just to be able to take the double hit. He's going to switch. So I'm going to switch into Ekans to take the 1 hit. That's also another good thing with the Arbok and Weezing, is the fact that obviously with this you only have one point that you get basically per turn. So we're going to throw Jigglypuff down here. We are then, oh, this is a bit more tough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. We're going to bring Weezing back in, because the main point is to be able to get Arbok in, but we need to lock Weezing in as much as possible to get that gas leak. He's not going to want to get rid of it. So we're going to go with a tackle. And then we're just going to have to basically hope and take the risk with this one. That's where the EXs do kind of becoming a little bit more powerful. Hence why normally the Mewtwo, the Pikachu deck is technically better if you don't get the right moves. Obviously, this is going to take a little bit of RNG, especially because he did do that change. That's going to be quite annoying for the fact that we don't get the second turn now to lock him in with that poison and basically live the attack. We just kind of need to hope for just 1 heads here. More than likely, he's going to get all 4. He's got 1, he's got 2, 3. He got 3, but it does take out our Weezing in 1, which is kind of annoying. So that's going to be slightly less to the plan. So what I'm going to do here, because we've got nothing in our deck, we can't really go for the, I would say the Jigglypuff would be perfect here, but we're going to have to go for the Arbok and just pray that we can get a corner off. And we did get the Wigglytuff. That would have been a good move. But to be fair, we still need the freeze. So what I could potentially do here is either let the Arbok go and potentially then start to power up the Wigglytuff, and then hopefully once we get there, if we doesn't manage to get it in the first turn, that's going to be fine. We still get the poison on it because we know that basically if he doesn't change it out, we can then bring the Wigglytuff in and slap some 80s on it, and then also potentially get this sleep and go for the RNG. That's where the Wigglytuff potentially could move. But the electric deck is very hard to beat, and you've just got to play it very well. And as you can see, he's going for that poison away. So maybe if we did go for the energy on Arbok, he might not have bothered with that. So it is all about playing them odds. We're going to get... Oh, see, that would have been perfect if we had the other way around. So we are going to go... We're still going to go... We're going to go for the Wigglytuff. We're still going to go there. We've already committed. Obviously, he's going to try and nail us down with a Voltorb there with, obviously, a lovely tackle every time. But we still should, if we keep going, be able to do this. Obviously, Pikachu's going to throw a little bit of a spanner in the works if he manages to bring him in for the 2, which Wigglytuff, if we could potentially get an X speed out, could be a good move very, very soon. But I'm seeing this going into like a very big trap. We haven't got any attacks on at the moment, and also he's got the 1 point already. The only point is we don't want the Wigglytuff to go down first. We need the Arbok to go first. Otherwise, we get the 2 points off Wigglytuff being an EX already. So it doesn't matter if that is the last deck, that's absolutely fine. So once we've waited for him, he's obviously planning where he goes as well. Clearly you can see they are a little bit more of a seasonal opponent rather than necessarily a beginner. And that again goes to dependent where you're actually looking at this from. If you're going for experience, they're going to know kind of how to deal moves later on. So obviously he's going Zebra Striker. Whether he brings him in, he could potentially start attacking the Wigglytuff, which is going to be quite annoying. Which is probably what he's going to do, knowing that we've not got anything on the Arbok. I'd imagine that's what I personally would do. There we go, look. So he's going to start hammering it down, knowing that we haven't got anything there. We could do with an X speed or something to get that Wigglytuff in. But we are going to have to watch because that Zapdos can come in pretty quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Coffin's going to go there for the moment, just in case we need to. And then we are going to... give one more on the Wigglytuff. That gives it the move. And then obviously we need to pray for an X speed. I don't know. We've got 6 in the deck. I'm pretty sure we've not used it this turn at all. So he's going to take a 30 damage on Wigglytuff. Potentially. He's going to start charging up that Pikachu, which is a very annoying one because that's a guaranteed hit. At least with a Zapdos, you can kind of hope for the RNG and the coins, whereas Pikachu is like a guaranteed 90, especially with all of his Pokemon in the back there already. So we need to make sure that we can get that out straight away. It's why Wigglytuff with the Asleep could be the RNG move there. He's going to go again straight to Wigglytuff. We need to pray. Ooh, that's okay. That we can work with that. So that's going to go on Wigglytuff. What we'll do now is we will go with one with Arbok. We'll throw a Weezing up the top, and that's all we can do other than Sabrina at the moment. So we're going to get rid of Zebra Striker, and then he's going to potentially put in Pikachu, I can imagine, because, ooh. So he's waiting for our final attack, basically, for this. So what we can do here is obviously with Arbok, we can attack next turn. He'll know that. He's going to draw 2 turns. Whether he actually just goes and puts Zebra Striker back in, because once we get Wigglytuff down to 30, he knows that basically putting that in is going to be crazy for a 1 attack on Zapdos, or then just a 1 bomb with a Pikachu as well. We've then obviously got Electrode coming in. Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. So what we could do is we could swap him out for Weezing, get the poison on instead. But he's gone for the Pikachu. Is he just going to end the turn there? No, he's going Zebra Striker into Wigglytuff, as we said. But we could go... because now if he's going to attack Wigglytuff, we can 1-bomb the Arbok from the Zebra Striker, meaning we got our first point. Meaning that he's got to attack the first one. Zebra Striker is the only one that can attack the back here. We are going to get the retreat, which is nice, but we don't need that just yet. We're going to go Arbok. We're again going to throw in the corner. That's going to take out Zebra Striker, meaning we've got one more potential chance for a potion for Wigglytuff. But at this point, it means that Zapdos and Pikachu are basically a 1 attack away from Wigglytuff. So we've got to pray for the Asleep at the absolute minimum. So he's going to bring in Electrode, I can imagine. seems to be the one, because he's not EX either. So basically, if he brings in Pikachu or Zapdos, that's a 2-point hitter, meaning that Electrode's probably the best shout here, because if we do get rid of that one, then obviously that's kind of fine. He's still got that 1 point just like us if he wants to get rid of Electrode. So he's going to go, and he needs 2 on the power, so he could, what's that? That's a 70, so he could potentially get rid of that, unless he's obviously got an X speed as well. He could bring in Pikachu, which will be absolutely fine for him. He should be able to, 70? So we could take 1 hit. We basically are in the power position here. We are hoping for the Wigglytuff to come in and basically asleep one of his main ones when we get rid of Electrode. That's going to be the big thing. So I don't think I've even got any more basics in my hand, to be honest. So we are just going to put an extra 1 on Arbok just in case. To be honest, he's probably going to faint anyway to a Zapdos or Pikachu. We're going to go and throw the 60 there. He can't retreat now, so he's basically locked in. He's going to hit a 70, meaning we've got 10 left, unless he's got a Giovanni. Didn't even think about that one. If he has got it, that's a clever move. Pokeball random. Has he still got basics? Okay. Has he got a Giovanni? I'd imagine he might do, because that's why I'd put Electrode in. But if he doesn't, that is kind of perfect for us. If he throws him in, maybe. There he is. Okay, so he's going to get rid of him in 1, which is fair enough. Meaning that what we can do here then, we will throw a Weezing in instead, because that's going to be the better move. We've got the Kyogre on the bench, which is fantastic, and then we're basically going to switch in to our lovely, we got an Arbok again. That's always nice to have. So we're going to throw him in there. We then also have got a tackle we could do. So if we do that, he's got the 110. So what we're going to do is we'll throw the ability. Is that going to get, because that's going to get rid of 10 next. He then potentially, will he swap out? He's going to swap out regardless, isn't he? So what we could do from there is not a lot. This is pretty much the end game. We're gonna have to hope, because he can't do anything with that. So we're gonna what are we gonna do? We're gonna end the turn, because he's going to get the 10 there, meaning that we've not got basically the first, because if he goes with a Zapdos, there's a chance he takes him out, there's a chance he doesn't. He's got to get at least 3 coins. Pikachu can't take him out, I don't think, in 1. He's going to make... Oh, okay, that's even worse. We're going to have to throw Wigglytuff in there. I didn't even think about a sec. I thought he's done 2 Sabrinas by now. So that's actually pretty much done. He's got the 70. Fair enough. So, and that's the kind of difference. We've got the first kind of battle where it was just easy, managed to get it in pretty quickly, and we got the win. We stopped their plan. Once we go against a pretty meta deck, it does become very difficult, and you have got to make sure you're getting the deck right. So clearly, he's going to go for the Pikachu. He's going to take it out in 1. Obviously, then we've got a full hit straight away. There's not a lot you can do about that one. Pikachu, Mewtwo are going to be the hardest 2 decks to come up against. Mewtwo probably is the easier out of the 2, because obviously the Psychic do go weakness to Dark, which is always perfect to have. When it comes to the Pikachu deck, it is just very difficult to get it right, because it is very easy to set up. So let me know down below how you're getting on with it. Do you throw the Wigglytuff in, or do you just go the Weezing Arbok? Let me know down below.